Hey there, and welcome to exercise number 17. In this one, we need to write a function called getMillisecondsBetween that receives two dates as parameters and returns the number of milliseconds between them. Below we have an example. So if our first date represents 2nd of March 2005 with this time and this time zone, and our second date is this one, then the result should be 70,000. And below we have the explanation. So there's 1 minute and 10 seconds between the two dates. This means a total of 70,000 milliseconds. And just a note here, 1 second is equal to 1,000 milliseconds. Now, if you want to solve this exercise for yourself, click on the link in the description. If not, keep watching. I'm going to go here into the code area, and the first thing I want to do is tell you about how we think of dates in JavaScript. So one common way to represent a date is the number of milliseconds it has passed since 1st of January 1970. This allows us to represent dates as numbers, right? So I have a date and I care, okay, how many milliseconds are between this date and 1970, 1st of January? Now we have a built-in function that tells us this. So if I want to say const millis1 is equal to date1.getTime. And we can also see here in the suggestion, returns the stored time value in milliseconds since midnight, January 1st, 1970. Now, why do we care about this number? Well, because we have two dates. We want to find the number of milliseconds between them. So what we're going to do is find the number of milliseconds between each date and 1970, and then subtract the two numbers. So we're going to also have millis2 is date2 get time. Right, I'm going to say here milliseconds since 1st January 1970, and this one is the same. And finally, we need to return their subtraction. Now, if the first date is before the second one, we're going to get a negative number. So here I want to do math.abs, always get a positive number here. Now let's test our code. So I'm going to say const date now is new date. So let's take a date for right now. I'm going to say date after 1 second is new date. And we're going to send a parameter the number of milliseconds for right now. So to get the number of milliseconds right now, we can use date.now method. And we're going to add 1000 milliseconds, so 1 second to it. Now we're going to call our function between date now and date after 1 second, and we should get 1000. So that's correct. Now let's reverse the dates, and we still get 1000. So that's right. Now let's test our code, and voila, it works. Cheers, and see you in the next one.